Hey there, and welcome to another trip report. Today I'm flying with TAP Air Portugal on the short domestic hop from Lisbon up to Porto, on board one of their Airbus A320s in economy class. It's 6:30 a.m. right now, and my flight departs at 8 a.m., so that gives me an hour and a half to check in and clear security. TAP uses Terminal 1 here at Lisbon Airport, which is the larger of the airport's two terminals, and is home to most airlines that serve Lisbon, while Terminal 2 is used exclusively by low-cost airlines like Ryanair and Wizz Air. There are 6 check-in areas, with check-in for TAP flights at Area A. Not being familiar with this airport, the walk from where my taxi dropped me off to the check-in A area felt like quite a maze, taking about 10 minutes to reach. The check-in area for TAP flights consists of rows of self-serve kiosks where you can check in and print your boarding pass and baggage tags, but there are also counters with agents available as well. It's very busy here, but I managed to find an open kiosk to print my baggage tag. From here, there are self-serve automated baggage drop stations to deposit your checked luggage. The station in this area was very busy, so agents were directing travelers to the other side of the check-in area to drop bags there. Since TAP Air Portugal is a member of Star Alliance, thanks to my Star Alliance Gold status with Air Canada, my checked baggage also receives priority baggage handling stickers. After a hectic check-in process, I'm now on my way to security screening, where Star Alliance Gold members have access to the fast-track security lane. The line for Fast Track was very short, but the screening process was extremely slow, and it took over 15 minutes to be processed. Stepping out of security at 7 a.m., boarding is due to begin in 10 minutes' time. After meandering through the duty-free area, let's check out the departures board. My flight's gate assignment will be shown at 7:05, and within a couple minutes, we were given gate S15 for this morning. Heading down to the gate, the parts of the airport terminal that I've seen so far aren't terribly exciting, with lots of dingy low-light areas and an excessive amount of stainless steel on the walls. As for the gate itself, S15 is down off the main corridor with a limited number of seats. It's pretty quiet right now as gate assignment was just posted, but it'll fill up pretty fast as we near boarding time. Taking a look at the aircraft taking me to Porto, I'll be on board this 13-year-old Airbus A320 that was delivered new to TAP in May of 2009. TAP operates a mostly Airbus fleet with a mix of both narrow-body and wide-body Airbuses, as well as Embraers and ATRs as a part of the TAP Express fleet. Boarding got underway about 20 minutes behind schedule at 7:30 a.m., with the boarding process commencing for families with small children or those who need extra time to get on board, followed by the first formal boarding group called Premium, which includes executive class travelers, Star Alliance Gold members, and TAP Miles & Go Silver and Gold card holders. Groups A, B, and C follow Premium boarding, which consist of the remaining economy class passengers. This particular aircraft is in a 2-class configuration, with executive class at the front of the aircraft and economy class towards the rear. The seats in economy are in a 3-3 seating configuration and split into 2 distinct seating zones, with the red seats towards the front classified as the comfort area and offering up to 33 inches of pitch, adjustable headrests, the ability to recline, and access to USB charging ports, while the standard green seats don't possess any of those features and have only 28 inches of pitch. Reaching my seat for today, I'm booked in seat 27F, which is a window seat on the right side of the aircraft. Overall, these standard seats are quite basic, with no headrests, no recline, and no AC or USB power outlets. Their ultra slimline design makes them quite firm, but on the plus side, they're clean and fresh looking with a simple leather material for the back and base. Getting a look at the legroom, at 5'10", those 28 inches of pitch are enough to be comfortable, with a couple of inches of space to spare. I managed to get my carry-on bags under the seat without issue, but there was also space in the overhead bins as well. The seat is quite narrow, at only 17.3 inches wide, and there's an armrest on either side, both of which are movable. You'll notice that there are no entertainment screens at any seat on this aircraft, though the red comfort seats do have a tablet holder. Below where the entertainment screen typically would be, there's a tray table that folds out from the seat back. It's a good size and is quite sturdy, and it's mounted on rails such that it can slide outwards towards you. Below the tray table, we have a pocket for storing the provided reading materials and any other items of your choosing. Taking a look at what's provided, we have an air sickness bag, the safety information card for the Airbus A320, and the menu for the onboard food service, which we'll check out after takeoff. On the sides of the seatbacks in front, there are coat hooks for hanging your jacket, and on the overhead panel above the seat, we have personal adjustable air conditioning vents, personal reading lights, and attendant call buttons. Much like other European carriers on intra-Europe flights, the seats in executive class on this aircraft are in fact the same seats as those in economy, with the same pitch and recline, and the only key difference in executive being that the middle seat in the row of 3 is blocked, such that there are only 2 travelers per 3 seats. This allows TAP to adjust the partition between executive and economy depending on the cabin demand for a given flight. With the safety demonstration underway, we're pushing back from the gate only 3 minutes behind schedule. It's looking like I won't have much of a view for takeoff this morning, but once we get airborne, that should improve.
A320 destination of Porto. With the cockpit first officer José Costa again, and my name is Alcente Carona. We should be the next aircraft to take off, or the second one, believe it or not.
Climbing away from Lisbon, expected flight time up to Porto is around 30 minutes. The condensation has cleared off of the windows, so I'm getting some gorgeous views of the coastline as the sun rises. The windows on these A320s are quite small, but with the sun beaming through, it's still very bright in here. It's morning flights like these when window shades come in handy. On this short flight, there's no aisle service from the cabin crew. On longer flights within Europe, TAP doesn't offer any complimentary food to economy class passengers, and all drinks, aside from water, have to be purchased as well. Taking a look at the menu from the seatback pocket, the prices are fairly high, with small snacks like a chocolate bar, chips, or a muffin costing between €2.50 and €3, soft drinks and juices priced at €3, and sandwiches and other meals costing around €7 or up to €11 or €12 if purchased as a combo with a drink and additional snack. Towards the back of the onboard purchases menu, there's also a Portuguese food guide and some other food and drink related articles to pass the time.
Portugal, and wish you all a pleasant stay. Happy to return home. Thank you so much.
Some other general comments as we get ready to descend towards Porto. TAP's short-haul aircraft like this A320 are not equipped with Wi-Fi, but they do offer paid Wi-Fi on their longer-range aircraft that are used on their flights outside of Europe. Given how short this flight was, I didn't have time to get up and explore the cabin, or pull out my laptop and do some work. It's a pretty efficient hopper service between these 2 Portuguese cities, and you get some fantastic city views on approach into Porto.
Seatbelt fasten until the fasten seatbelt sign is turned on and the crew indicates that you can disembark. From this moment on, you can use all your electronic devices. To prevent others from falling, we ask you to open.
After touching down at 8:47 a.m., we pulled into the gate about 10 minutes ahead of our scheduled 9 a.m. arrival time. My next stop is baggage claim, and then I'll be heading downtown to enjoy a few days in the city. Porto Airport is the second busiest airport in Portugal, serving over 12 million passengers in 2022, with their most traveled route being the connection between Lisbon and Porto. It is, however, not a huge airport and is fairly easy to navigate. Baggage from my flight is due to be delivered on carousel number 2, and within about 5 minutes of arriving in the baggage claim hall, my bag appeared and I was ready to head out. Porto Airport is located 11 kilometers northwest of the city and has a few different options for getting downtown. The cheapest and most efficient of these is using the Porto Metro, which is really more of a light rail system. The airport is served by Line E, with trains running every 15 to 30 minutes depending on the time of day, from 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. Tickets cost around €2 and the ride is 30 minutes. Of course, there's always the option of taking a taxi, though that'll cost you significantly more and isn't much faster. Thanks for joining me for this trip report, and I hope you enjoyed it. Now for some final thoughts on the experience overall. TAP Air Portugal's link between Lisbon and Porto is a fast and convenient way to travel between the two cities. While this route doesn't give you much of a feel for TAP's onboard service, it did tick all the boxes for such a short flight, which include being on time and fairly hassle-free. Lisbon Airport, on the other hand, didn't offer a great start to the trip, with a chaotic check-in area and ultra-slow security screening process.